This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. If you aren't expecting adult language, why even bother listening? Welcome, my friends, to the show. Friends, this is the Red Bull Rant podcast. I'm your host, Jason Iapicco.
I'm Truman. The show almost ended because my laptop died. But hey, this is episode 498, appropriately called Limping to the Finish.
Yep. Didn't know he was coming up with the perfect title for this episode, but here we are. Red Bulls finished out their home campaign this season with a 1-0 loss to FC Cincinnati. Kind of appropriate, really. Was this Cornell's last game for the Red Bulls? I guess we'll find out in the offseason. He wore the captain's armband, and it's been officially confirmed that John McCarthy will be starting the final game of the regular season on Saturday. So most likely that was Cornell's last game, but we'll see. All right, before we get into our thoughts, is there any responses on Blue Sky?
A couple of them. Franchico said, seems like the team has chosen with a whimper as their way of going out. And I'm sure you know what the last two words were. Fire Schwartz, of course. And then Brian Smith said, I'm sad this may be the last time we see Cornell between the pipes at home. Right. And I think we can all agree this is more than likely that is the case.
Yeah. Giving him the captain's armband on home finale and then sending him the last week of the season, that kind of bodes well, or it does not bode well for his future with the team.
Right. In a meaningless game.
Yeah. I forget. Is he out of contract this year? Is that what it is?
I think so. I believe so.
So on top of that, we're not even going to get anything for him leaving.
Right.
That's perfect.
Did you think they would get anything? Not getting nothing.
I mean, we can't even get like $4 million from Leipzig or something.
Nope. Can't get any Cam Gam. We're getting nothing.
Can't get $4 million from Leipzig, immediately loan him back, and then just he floats around Major League Soccer for the rest of his career.
Right. He also ends up in Miami.
Is that where Caden Clark is now? I thought Caden Clark was in like Minnesota or something.
I don't know.
I got to look. I thought my wife was asking me about him the other day during the Cincinnati match because for some reason it came up. DC United. That's where he's with. DC United.
Oh, that poor bastard. No one deserves that.
So apparently he was with let's see, Minnesota in 24, 23 matches, 0 goals, 0 assists, 3 yellow cards. Montreal in 24, 10 matches with 4 goals and 2 assists. Then 26 matches in this year with 0 goals, 4 assists, and then 3 games with DC United. Ooh, wow. He must got traded late.
Ugh.
So much for him being an up-and-comer, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, seriously. And we all had high hopes about him.
All right. We had high hopes about a lot of people.
The whole season, in fact.
And then the only one that we had high hopes for that didn't get a fair shot was Brian White. And look what's going on with him.
Yep. I wonder where his team is in the standings. Where's his team? Where are they in the Western Conference? Oh, right at the top. Right at the top.
With only one of the most successful players in modern history now with him.
Yep.
Anyway, let's get into our thoughts, likes, and dislikes. Truman, you go first. What did you dislike the most about this one?
I mean, I guess just no heart at home, nothing. Just a giving the home fans absolutely nothing as they go out. Like we said, limping to a finish, going out with a whimper, just nothing to show for a final game. Not a 2-1 loss, not a 3-2 loss. No goals at home. Just a horrific end to the season. Just a horrible. I don't know. Like they gave you nothing. It was the last home game they gave the fans absolutely nothing.
They don't love to win.
They don't hate to lose.
I'm catching up on that, by the way.
Oh, so fantastic! My God.
Honestly, it's been a while, so I'm in season 3 still.
Oh my Lord!
I got 2 or 3 episodes in on season 3.
People, if you ain't watching Shoresy, what are you doing?
Yeah.
How you living?
My dislike is just going to be that first goal. How And I'm not blaming Cornell because how do you stop that goal from like 20, 30 yards out?
Right.
But the fucking defense, like, how do you let that happen? Like, the run, not stepping up to even force a weird part of the shot, like, nothing. Just let the guy take whatever shots he wants, apparently.
Yeah.
And this is why we're not making the playoffs, because when shit mattered, it didn't go our way. When shit doesn't matter, it doesn't go our way.
Right. And they just did nothing. They did absolutely nothing.
All right. Likes. We only have one game left at this point.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's nothing for me to like about that Cincy game.
I didn't have to watch it live. What was I was doing something that was way better than this, but I for the life of me, I can't remember where the hell I was. Oh, no, I remember where I was. I was actually watching Bad Religion and Pennywise. So that's where I was. So I didn't have to watch this direct. I was actually watching good bands perform.
Yeah.
I believe that's where I was 2 weeks ago.
Well, I'm going to give a preemptive like for this game. I'm not going to watch this next one live.
I think it's a fantastic idea, honestly. I think that's a really, really good idea.
I got tickets for this. There's a topiary garden near me that does fall themed night where they call it Garden Glow, and it's it's all lit up, a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns and stuff. So that's where we're going. We've been going the last few years. That'll be my Saturday night. Much better time.
You don't have to sit and be miserable for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? You don't.
Yeah.
We choose to for some reason, but now there's no reason to do it.
We choose more than 2 hours, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, 2
when
hours.
When you factor in, I was going to say when you factor in the NFL games, it's a whole other topic. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, we're getting to that way later.
All right. Do you have a like for it at all?
I mean, that was my like that I did watch it. I'm still trying to remember what it was. I actually remember Bad Religion was the week before. I was somewhere. I'm going to figure out by the end of the show where I was 2 weeks ago. But thank God I was not watching this game live.
I could have sworn you just had tickets to some show. So it's that. Yeah. I mean, I already gave my like because that it's almost over. But
yeah,
man, who would have thought after the end of last season, this is where we'd be? I mean, we're gonna. Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't happened in forever. That's the whole thing, right? And I guess we just wait for like the last show and we really go over this team, right? We'll save it for like a bigger breakdown of disappointment.
Yeah, I think you and I were talking about, at least maybe in my head I was talking about it, and I don't know if I talked to you, but maybe because we did technically skip last week. Next week would be 499. Maybe next week is just let's recap the one game, whatever it ends up being. And then 500 is an actual end of season show where we actually have guests on and talk about this shit, because I feel like we need other people than us saying how shit this season is.
It was shit.
Of course, I don't have that ready to go, but I can do that one at least.
I heard nothing. It's okay.
Okay. It was the flop.
Hopefully the listeners heard it. I did.
Hopefully, well, as otherwise I'll put it in. But hopefully we'll figure out a way for you to actually get off of Zoom, and we can do something else that the soundboard can be more effective.
Yeah, because Zoom basically sucks. But
behind the scenes at this point, it's not on me anymore. I've done what I could.
No, it's listen, everybody. I'm at the mercy of this fucking laptop that basically does nothing anymore.
Except
I don't know if you guys know, but these things are very expensive. Yeah, they're very expensive.
Chromebooks are not expensive. They're only like a few $100, but still, it's not necessarily worth it for just this show.
Correct. Yeah, I think we talked about that too, right? It's like, why would I spend money for literally to do it once a week, if that?
And off for like 3 months.
Right.
At least I have other excuses for having a laptop. So.
Right. You got other things going on. I don't.
All right. Anyway, prediction standings, because I feel like there's nothing else to talk about. We're just going to keep going. Prediction standings. Truman, we already know you won, but 24 points. You got one because you called the loss. I am on the last show. I said I have 11. I was going back and filling out the spreadsheet. I actually at 10. So for some reason, I added an extra point somewhere to myself. Not that would have made a difference anyway, but
right.
I'm at 10. Red Bull's last match of the regular season this Saturday, October 18th, 6 p.m. They will travel to take on the Columbus Crew. I don't know why we keep getting Columbus the last week of the year, but can we please get somebody else? Not Columbus, not Nashville. Those have been our two for the last 5 years.
Yep. So weird.
Let's get somebody else, please. Columbus comes into the game with a record of 13, 12, and 8, 59 points, plus 2 goal difference. Currently sitting ninth in the Eastern Conference. Man, they've also kind of fallen off since last year.
They have.
Last 5 in MLS, a win, a loss, a draw, a loss, and a draw. Against us, their last match was a 0-0 draw at Red Bull Arena, August 30th. There are technically some playoff implications for this match, not on our end, obviously.
They need a win and some help to avoid that like play-in game. I think that's how it works, right?
I don't even think that's possible.
I think that's what I was reading, though.
Let me double check the standings. Okay, so Red Bulls winner draw. Columbus finishes ninth, no matter what. Highest up Columbus can go looks to be 7th, where if Columbus wins and basically Orlando and Chicago do not get to 54 points. So it's an Orlando loss and a best Chicago draw to get Columbus out of the play-in game.
Right.
So the best spoiling we can do is beating Columbus and keeping them in ninth place.
Ooh, yay.
I feel like this game is Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl level.
Yes, it is.
For us.
They're going to fire off a cannon at the end.
Yeah. And then we will somehow invent the soccer version of an alley-oop.
That's right.
It's not that's not a header into the goal, but something else. All right, predictions. Truman, you're up first. What do you think is going to happen on Saturday?
Well, I mean, Columbus needs to win this game, and I don't really see do you see Emil Forsberg playing? Do you see Choupo-Moting playing for any reason whatsoever?
Not really.
Why? It makes no sense.
Well, I can tell you the why they would is because New York Red Bulls 2 have a playoff game, so we're not going to call people up for this one.
Right. But I mean, they'll probably be on the bench. I see a 2-0 Columbus win. They have 0 to play for, and Columbus really at least wants to have a shot of getting up a couple spots and avoiding that play-in game. It's in their building. We suck on the road. So what more do you think could actually happen in this game?
Yeah. Last game, I predicted we were going to win just for the hell of it because we were we're finally out of the playoffs and all the other stuff. Yeah. No, I'm done. We're not playing spoilers. Sorry, you said 2-0 loss, not 2-0 win.
Correct.
We're not playing spoilers in it for this at all. Maybe we keep it close just because. I'll say a 1-0 loss.
All right.
Because somehow we will only give up a goal. We'll still play them really tight towards the end of the game. And then at some point after like the 85th minute, right? The other games will be very clear on what's going on, so we will just kind of give up because nothing will really matter at the end. That's how I see it going.
Yeah, it ain't going to be pretty no matter what happens, everybody. So maybe you should all find something to do on Saturday night.
Yeah, between the hours of 6 and 8, find something else to do.
Yeah, anything else?
I'll just go for a 2-hour walk.
Right.
Right. Red Bulls 2 won their regular season finale 2-1 over TFC 2. That puts them in their league play 17, 5, and 6, 58 points, a plus 12 goal difference. First in the Eastern Conference based off a tiebreaker. Second overall in MLS Next Pro. Their next matchup is in the playoffs. It is Sunday, October 19th, 7 p.m. They're hosting the 8th seed Carolina Core. The interesting thing I have to note, and I feel like MLS Next Pro is borrowing the wackiness of MLS 1.0 because they're trying shit, which I honestly kind of love. The first 2 rounds of the playoffs, the higher seeds get to pick their opponents.
What?
Whoever is left. So the Red Bulls, because they were first in the Eastern Conference, got to pick their opponent 2 through 7. That's the way I read it online. If they were to advance, right? If they advance, there's 4 teams left. They get to pick their next opponent.
That is
after that, then it doesn't matter because there's only one. There would only be one other team left in the Eastern Conference, so you don't have a choice.
Right.
But yeah, basically
completely bizarre.
Yeah, completely and then so bizarre. We picked Carolina Core. So let me look up the playoffs because I did notice this. All right, so in the Eastern Conference, it went just how you would think. The high seeds always pick the low seeds. In the Western Conference, though, where it gets a little interesting, was the 2nd seed. And I got to figure who that is. I can't tell off of. The fuck is TTFC?
It's Miami Fusion 2. It's the Tampa Bay Mutiny 5.
The Town FC. I'm not even sure who the fuck that is.
The Town.
So the second seed picked the sixth seed instead of the seventh to play.
Okay.
It's the only real difference, but it's just kind of interesting that they get to pick their opponents for the first two rounds, the higher seeds.
Fuck it. Try something new. Who cares?
Yeah.
They're like the new XFL.
Bring back the 30-yard penalty shootout.
Yes, that please. But the trick it's all goalies from the year one of MLS have to be the goalies for those.
But if you bring that back, you also get to bring back the goalkeeper substitution rule.
Yes.
All right. Gotham FC, last two matches, a 0-0 draw at home versus Seattle Reign, a 2-0 loss on the road at KC Current. In the NWSL, a 9-8-7 record, 35 points, plus 11 goal difference, fourth in the league. In the Women's Champions Cup, they have one more match to play in the group. 3-1-0, 10 points, a plus 6 goal difference, second in the group based off of tiebreaker. I'm going to play or show the standings to you, Truman.
Okay.
I'm actually going to do a screen share instead of having to just. Hopefully, you can actually see my screen at the moment.
Yep, I can see it.
All right, you see right here where in Group B they're second. Look at that line for Washington Spirit and tell me what's so amazing about that.
They haven't given up a goal. 15 goals for, 0 goals against.
Yeah.
That's
4 matches.
That's completely insane.
4 matches. That is Washington Spirit's line.
Wow.
When the last episode, it was in my notes. I had Gotham as number 1 in the group. And I'm like, wait, how the fuck did Washington jump them? And I guess Washington played 1 less game at that point. But I saw that stat line today. I was like, what the hell? But yeah, to go 4 games in a group stage and 15 goals for and 0 against. That's just insane.
Well, America up there, 12 goals for, 0 goals against.
Yeah.
That team on the bottom has 21 goals against and 0 goals for.
And yeah, so Group A, you got America at plus 12, 0 given up.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck that up. Chorrillo?
Chorrillo.
Yeah. At a minus 21 goal difference with 0 goals scored. And then the bottom of Group B, Allianz is a minus 17 with 0 scored.
Woof.
I mean, it's only 2 groups.
Dumpster fires right there.
It's only 2 groups, but have you ever heard of a competition where consistently the first team in each group is at a 0 goals against and the bottom is at 0-4?
4 games played. 4.
Yeah.
Not a goal given up.
Yeah. And I mean, Allianz is at 3 games played, but still.
Right.
That's actually kind of remarkable. I didn't notice that part earlier, that both were the same, where it's the top is 0 given up and the bottom was 0-4.
That's pretty damn impressive.
It is. So next matchup for Gotham FC, Racing Louisville at home on Sunday the 19th, 3 p.m. That is their regular season home finale. I am pretty sure. Let me go back to the NWSL standings. Okay, so they can technically drop out of the playoffs because they are 6 points away from North Carolina with 2 games remaining, so it is mathematically possible, but highly unlikely.
Mm-hmm.
Right now in the NWSL, you have the KC Current at 62 points, the Washington Spirit at 44. Then, between 3rd Orlando Pride and 8th Racing Louisville, you have, so that's 6 teams separated by 3 points total.
Jeez.
36 for Orlando, 33 for Racing Louisville.
It's making an exciting finish.
Yeah. All right. With that, it is time for the F1 update.
What the fuck was he doing? Honestly. Is he a fucking prick or what?
Speaking of that guy, I believe he won a race the last time the last race that happened.
Yes,
Because also last weekend there were
Singapore.
no races. Yeah. Singapore, again, no complaints. Max qualified second, finished second. I thought that was a great race on his part. of course, you wish he would have won, but I mean, George Russell just had an unfucking believable race. My God, I mean, he was completely untouchable. So yeah, they had last week off, and then this weekend they're in Austin, Texas. So regular race time, which will be nice to see. Probably collide in with the Giants playing time, but that's okay. But yeah, it's funny. At work, I ran into another Red Bull Racing fan, and we talked about the same thing. That if last year when Max won, if McLaren had maybe 4 or 5 more races, they could have made it a tougher competition for first place, right? And I'm like, right now, I feel it'd be the same thing. If Max had 4 or 5 more races, then maybe he could have gotten closer to the championship, because they definitely found their form at this point. I hope it continues. I hope he finishes really strong, things look good going into next season.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting next season, especially because there'll be brand new components in all the cars. Nobody knows how it's going to drive yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, but for Austin, they officially declared it a advisory. So I think that means that the pulling suits get to come out again.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know what the weather's like in Austin this weekend, but it sounds like it's going to be really hot.
Always hot. Always hot.
Which also means tire degradation.
Yep. Oh yeah.
The question is going to be: is Piastri going to do something to Lando? Since Lando did something to Piastri,
get a little paybacks.
Yeah. All right. Next up, it's time for the dumping ground.
I'm the trash man.
Now, before we get crazy, I want you to also play Terrible Team of the Week, because we're going to splice these together.
That's terrible.
The New York Jets.
The goddamn Jets.
My God. That was the worst thing I've ever seen on offense in probably a decade. And we've seen some bad football.
Minus 10 net passing yards.
Going for it, faking a punt, getting a first down, and then giving up. Completely giving up with a timeout remaining, I believe, too. Giving up.
Yeah.
Now at the end of the game, let me ask you this. It's 4th and 7. Do you go for it, or do you try to wheel out the very old Nick Folk and try to have him kick an impossible 62-yard field goal? Because that's what I would do, because they had a better chance of making a 62-yard field goal than getting a first down on 4th and 7.
Considering at that point in the game, our net passing yards are under 10. Yes, you put Nick Folk out there, you take the chance. Worst case is you miss anyway. Who fucking cares? You lose.
Right. You were never getting that first down in a million years. It was not going to happen.
Actually, you know what?
Justin Fields was so bad.
And you know what? Actually, with Nick Folk out there, right? Let's say he misses. He's probably coming up short. He may not get in the end zone, which means live ball.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
It's like a punt. It's like a punt. But my point is, right. They were down 2. They already gotten 1 safety. If he misses short enough, close enough, where now Denver has to do something. So it would have at least made the last 30, 40 seconds something more interesting.
Right. Trick him into trying to do something. Anything at all. That was just horrific. I mean, that was I don't know much more he could say. He's England's so outmatched. He doesn't. I mean, I know it's year 1, but there were so many bad decisions made. Why you did not bring in the backup quarterback in the second half when he
that's not DOC's fault.
No, but you know what I'm saying. Like you got to do something. You were so close in that game,
and
so close. Now a win basically means nothing. I mean, the season is lost, but still,
it's for morale.
Pride. They finally got a turnover. You know,
yeah, they get turnover on their first defensive drive. The defense actually plays decent.
Yeah, the defense had a very good game.
Yeah,
very good game. Best game of the season, probably.
Outside of one drive, yeah.
Right?
Then they gave up on one touchdown.
You can't get for that. Right. They fucking played their asses off. My God, that was awful to watch. Thank God the Giants won. For me personally, thank God the Giants won. And they humiliated the Eagles, which everyone loves to see. There's not a person who doesn't love seeing the Eagles get humiliated besides their actual fan base. That was fun.
And I want to like Aaron Glenn. As a coach, I really do. You come in and you preach accountability. You can't leave Justin fucking Fields out there when he's doing the game, or it's having the game that he's having. And then on top of that, in the post game, when you get asked the question, is there a possibility he's going to get benched next game? Say that's the question makes no sense. Like, you had to have at least watched the game, right? Clearly, you wouldn't have watched like the all 22 or whatever angles they would look at for their tape breakdown. He just gave up fucking 9 sacks because he sits back there and holds the ball for 6 seconds. I saw some stat that the time to sack, average time to sack was like 5.2 seconds. That's a fucking eternity in the NFL.
He did. Did they say the statistic was he had the most over the weekend? He was the quarterback the most time back in the pocket to actually like throw the football.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I think that was the stat that I saw, that he had the most time back there, and he decided to get sacked 9 times.
Yeah, multiple times on the last drive too.
Yep. My God, that was fucking brutal. The good news, the good news about that game was that it was early in the morning, so you literally do anything else with the rest of your day.
Or do what I do and just played Fallout for the second half anyway.
Yes. But still, it wasn't a day ruiner, which was nice.
Yeah. Anything else for Dumping Grounds?
I think that was it. I think we just had to really, really go off on them.
Actually, you know what's in filming right now? 2 different things are filming right now that I'm thinking of. Spaceballs 2.
Oh, yeah.
Ted Lasso Season 4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There was a picture of... There was a picture of them filming the Richmond women's team at the quote practice facility.
And that's what the new season is, right? He's coaching the women's team.
I believe so. Yeah, which makes perfect sense because at the end of season 3, Keeley had the whole proposal for it. So,
right.
All right. Anything else for Dumping Ground?
Nope. I think that's it.
All right. Let's wrap this up then. You can visit us at patreon.com/Red Bull Rant, $1 a month. All you need for exclusive content whenever we decide to do it, which we will do a thing about the stadiums. I have
my list. My list is ready to go.
It's not. It's in progress. Yeah, we said 10, right? Or at least get the list is for 10.
I think what I did was I think we did the top 8 and the bottom 2.
Top 8, bottom 2. Okay.
Right? Does that sound right?
It kind of. I forget.
That's what I was
asking.
What I have. I think that's what I have on mine.
Right. Well, we'll talk about it. But yeah, that's.
I do. So I have my top 8 and my bottom 2.
All right. So if you guys want your stuff in it, send us your top 3. If you're listening, your top 3. Send us your top 3 stadium experiences. If you want to leave Red Bull Arena out, if that's understandable, but top 3.
Top 3, if you guys want to hit us up, top 3 favorite stadiums in the 5 major sports. So try to leave out minor league sports if you can, unless there's one minor league park, which is just the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And then give us your bottom 1, which I think probably most people listening to the show will probably have the same one. It's probably also on my list, but we won't talk about that until that episode.
I have an idea. All right. Anyway, I want to thank our producers, Jeremiah Dempster, Steven Santos, Eddie Delecto. Thank you for supporting the show. redbullrant@gmail.com if you want to send us an email. If you want to call us, 973-348-5329. Facebook.com/redbullrant. On Blue Sky at Red Bull Rant for the show, at Dr. Stooch myself, at the Truman for Truman. Instagram and Threads at Red Bull Rant. Subscribe to our show via iTunes, YouTube Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast. Last words before we get out of here.
Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Don't waste it. watching this terrible team.
Yep. All right. So for Truman and myself, this has been episode 498 of the Red Bull Rant. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, go Red Bulls.
See you later.